We live. Here. It's good, YouTube. We back. Back. As you see in the title, today we're going to do 5 tips before starting your brand with Tapstitch 2026. And these tips, 4 of these tips, 4 of them, un momento. Gosh. I didn't check my hands before starting this chat. You see that? Alright. Got some good old shea butter. It's how real it is, you know what I'm saying? I wash my hands a lot, so until in the wintertime it tends to be a little bit more ashy. You know what I'm saying? But 4 out of 5 of these tips I got from threadbird.com, which is another platform where you could, I believe is another print on demand platform, but I went there to like get some advice for starting my brand or like pushing my brand forward. So these tips are more so about like the foundation. That's why I said it's for before you start selling anything on Tapstitch. And number 1 would be clear brand vision and values. Um, which is self-explanatory, but just to get more detail about like what that entails is like about knowing your mission and your values and having those things aligned with your audience and your product. And forming that will save you a lot of time, money, and energy in choosing designs, fabrics, and all the choices you're going to make in like with your brand. But without that, it's like you're basically randomly trying to choose things or having like a shotgun approach. So having a clear vision for your brand and knowing your values helps you be able to create the product and experiences for the audience that you're trying to serve as best as possible. You feel me? Um, Number 2 would be to have a dialed in audience, or you can say target market. That's being clear on knowing who you're serving. For example, is like the demographics, the psychographics, and the behaviors of your customers. So that's like the demographics will entail things like whether they're male, female, whether they work, go to school, what type of neighborhood they live in. The psychographics will be like more like the mindset of your audience. So like say you're serving the urban youth. Serving the urban youth is different from serving suburban youth or serving urban adults for your product. You know what I'm saying? And the behaviors. So like I said, between the two, urban youth behave much differently from urban adults in their buying decisions and certain things like the psychographics behind those behaviors affect those things. Like for example, if you're looking to sell to a younger crowd, you have to consider that most of the youth don't work like a traditional job. So it's like, one, you gotta know where that income is coming from them, and you gotta know why they even spend their dollars, why they even make the decisions they do when they even make purchases. So it's like doing all that homework will help you best serve your customers and do your brand justice, like, you know, in the long run. So you can like it's like Gucci versus I can't even think of a brand that Let me think of a brand that isn't like popular today or even around today. Like Inichi. It's like Inichi versus Gucci. And no one knows what Inichi is. That's from when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? But we still know, we all know what Gucci is because that brand stood the test of time and it knows its audience. You know what I'm saying? Even though Inichi knows his brand, its audience, and all that stuff, I'm just saying like these tips is for the now and beyond. So number three, cohesive brand identity. So that means on your website, in your products, at your events, on your social medias, is there like, does the theme run consistent through all those things type shit? So it's like, yeah, that's why I put down my notes. Does your brand feel consist across every touch point? That's from the logo to the tone to the colors, everything. Those things will help you in the design phase in the because you're gonna be specific. It's best to be specific in what colors you're using because especially for fashion, it's a I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily oversaturated market because Earth is oversaturated. But in the fashion business, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of competition. So little things like specifying what colors you use and like what tones you use to like best serve to best support your message and your vibe or your brand is like what helps separate you from those that may sell the same things as you, your competitors basically. Um, Number four would be your niche clarity. Having clarity on your niche. What is your niche? Like, what is your thing? What is your one thing that separates you from the others that do what you do? Especially those that do exactly what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like your exact competitors. So niche clarity. In the notes I put is your product positioning still relevant and unique. So that's like sustainable streetwear or elevated basics. You know what I'm saying? Is it something that is functional, purposeful for the right now? And it what makes it different? Type shit. It's like, why do you choose? Let me see two like brands I could put in that position. Um, Niche clarity. Hmm. Because I almost like in my mind, I immediately want to say compare like a brand like Bathe and Ape and maybe more so like a Denim Tears because they're both in streetwear and they both choose like not high end fabric, but great fabric for their clothing, like the best fabric, like 100% cotton and stuff like that. So they're similar in those two things, but the niches is different, and their niches are similar in the sense of like they serve hip hop. So that their hip hop market, I would say where they're different is Bathe and Ape has way more like accessories and things that also, as far as products, it's not just clothes. They have a bunch of things that align with their brand. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they have a stronger brand presence than like a Denim Tears. It's not just because of the length of time of experience, but it's the total experience that they provide for their brand and their market, whatever. And then number five, this is my own personal tip for starting your brand before starting your brand with Tapstitch, and that would be to Try the samples before launching, um, because just like we clarified in 1 through 4, it's all about serving your market, your specific market, your specific audience. So with trying the samples, you you'll have access to knowing exactly how the fitting is. You know what I'm saying? How the colors actually look in person. Then you'll have access to physical products. Like for example, this is from Tapstitch. What I have on here. This is an example of what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I have the sample actually on, so I know what this actually looks like in person, what it feels like, and then going forward, there's other aspects of pushing your brand and expressing your brand. For example, having your website and your social medias. So that falls in the realm of content creation. So for your content, for your website and social media, you want to have samples on hand to really convey your message and get your point across as best as possible, and to give that real world experience like for your customers. So you get to put it on your ideal customer and one, get their actual opinion, and two, like I said, you can create so much content and push and then actually gain sales versus, you know, just putting up designs and then wishing for the best and like just sharing your link and wishing for the best. That's not gonna really get you any sales for real like that, or any like real success in business in general, let alone the fashion business. So I would say before launching, take your time to actually develop your brand and know what you're doing. That's number one. Have a clear brand vision and know your values, so everything that you create is aligned with that. Number two, know your audience so you can best serve them and have continued success for your business. Number three, provide cohesive brand identity, meaning know what you represent and represent that through everything you do with your brand, from the logo tones to the colors, etc. Number four, be clear on your niche and what makes you different, and that's basically how you upsell your brand over other brands that do exactly what you do. And number five, take your time and try the samples before actually launching, so you have material on hand to actually represent your product, represent your brand when it's time to. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you click the link in the description, and I also pin it in the comments, you'll get 10% off your first order with Tapstitch.com and 20% off your first order with Tapstitch.com. And let's go to it. Let's see. Let's bring it up so you can see firsthand about. We need that. Let's bring the display back. All right. So it's this, right? And Tapstitch also has an academy that, you know what I'm saying, that'll teach you these things as well. So I would also, for the most part, review all that Tapstitch has to offer prior to getting started, because it's so easy to get started. You know what I'm saying? It's really easy to get started. It's not tough at all. You know what I'm saying? So you want to see all they have to offer. Custom design plan. That's what I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? I actually never reviewed all this stuff. This is my first time actually seeing these things. But this is actually awesome. And it's along with what I'm saying. Just that. Yeah, I literally don't know what that is. Okay, it's cool. But yeah, I got the gist. Yeah. But yeah, these walls are super thin, so I'm gonna log out and I'm gonna see y'all later. Matter of fact, I got another video to do.